Hi everybody, this is a Co-op Form 1 A and B lecture for November 20th. So this is our last class before Thanksgiving break and then winter break, and we won't be back together, at least for Latin class, until I think January 8th. So we have a long time to do this lesson, and you can do it whenever your mom would like you to do the lesson and the quiz. But I'm going to go ahead and give this lecture for lesson 9 for those of you who are in Form 1A, and that way you can do it when you want to. Form 1B, you guys are redoing quiz 22, lesson 22 this week, so feel free to email me questions about it, but I'm not going to go over that lesson again since we've already covered it last week and it was a review in the first place. But you should listen to this lecture. It's a good review, as always. And I'm going to start by reviewing lesson 8 because we've started a new system. Remember, with verbs, we have a present system of tenses and a perfect system of tenses. And the tenses tell you when the action is happening. So in the present system, as you know, we have the present, the imperfect, and the future tense. Those three tenses are called the present system. In the perfect system, which we are going to move to over the next couple months, the perfect system is the perfect tense, the pluperfect tense, and the future perfect tense. And last week in lesson 8, we learned the perfect tense. So for all of the tenses of the perfect system, we're going to use the perfect stem. We're going to start with a perfect stem to conjugate them. And in a present system, we use the present stem, which was for ama, it was just ama. Here in the perfect system, the tense, the stem is amav. And we got that perfect stem by going to the third principal part and cutting off the I ending. So you know your principal parts for amo are amo, amare, amavi, amatus. We're going to the third principal part, amavi, and cutting off that I. And that is our perfect stem. That's the stem we build the perfect off of, and the pluperfect and the future. So the perfect endings from lesson 8 are I isti it, imus istis erunt, and you just have to memorize those as the perfect endings. And that will go for all of the words in the first conjugation, the first family of verbs that we're learning. All right? And we, in lesson 9, are adding the pluperfect. So remember, perfect is a complete past action. The pluperfect tense describes action, a past action completed prior to another past action. So we've done this in class, but if I walked to the store is a past action. A pluperfect action would be before I walked to the store, I had gotten out of bed. So there, the had gotten out of bed is the pluperfect tense because it's referring to an action happening before, further back than, another past action. So literally, pluperfect is plus perfectum, so more perfect, more complete in a way. All right, so how do we form it? We're going to get our perfect stem, again, just like we did for the perfect tense. And we do that by going to the third principal part, cutting off the I, so we have amav again. And then what are we going to add? We're going to add the imperfect of sum. So it goes eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratis, erant. So what we've done there is we're combining the perfect stem with those forms of sum in the imperfect. So that goes amaveram, amaveras, amaverat, amaveramus, amaveratis, amaverant. Simple enough. So if you are watching this at home, I don't know if you're going to be watching it in co-op or at home, but if you're at home, you can pause the video here and go through your vocabulary list for lesson 9 and conjugate it in the pluperfect tense. So for akuso, we go, okay, we need to go get our perfect stem. So go to the third principal part and cut off the I. So akuso, akusare, akusavi. Okay, so our stem then is akusav. And then we add aram. Akusaveram, akusaveras, etc. So you can go through your list and do that out loud, work through that out loud. That would be good practice. Okay, the only other thing we need to do is I'm going to review the lesson 8 vocabulary because it is a little bit different than what we've been doing. So far we've mostly, if not every single, maybe every single vocab so far has been a verb, but these words on lesson 8, which is I'm reviewing, we already covered it. These words are adverbs, not verbs. So cras meaning tomorrow, we get the word procrastinate, to save something for tomorrow, procras for tomorrow. We have heri, which means yesterday. Hodie means today. Non means not. Numquam never. Nunc now. Saipe often. Semper always. Tum then or at that time. And then umquam means ever. And sometimes you can get confused between numquam and umquam because those are really, really similar words. But the way I remember it is that numquam is never. Where the ins begin the word, they match, they go together. So numquam never, umquam ever. All right? Okay, so if you're watching this at co-op, you can now stop the video, or I guess it'll stop itself, and you can start working on your worksheets. If you have trouble with your worksheets, you might convince Evelyn or Molly to come and help you work on them, or you can ask your classmates. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will probably see you at church. God bless you.